My husband, Ryan, and I decided that we wanted to try for a third child. I have 2 little girls, Lila and Nora. They were very excited to be big sisters as well. At about 16 weeks, we found out it was a little boy, and we already knew that we wanted to name him Jack. And everything was going very well until my 20-week anatomy scan. And there was a few small abnormalities, and so we did some extra testing, and we found out that Jack had Down syndrome. At about 25 weeks, we found out that he had a pleural effusion. The plan was that I would have to deliver at a different hospital at 28 weeks. On a Thursday, I stopped feeling him move. He had developed high drops. And so we did go to Minnesota, and they did an ultrasound right away. And unfortunately, Jack didn't have a heartbeat. I knew right away that I wanted to come home. I didn't want to deliver in Minnesota. I wanted to be at Mary Greeley in the first place, so a lot of my friends are here that I've met through Mary Greeley, and I just wanted to be home.
I'll never forget where I was standing, what I was doing, looking over at Nora as I had her, and I knew that that was a crucial conversation that Darci wanted to have with the girls, so I just kept things as normal, waited for them to come home, and let Darci and Ryan have the conversation with them about what was going on.
So then I called Jess, and I asked her if she would be my nurse, and she told me she'd be honored.
I wanted to make it as peaceful as possible and give her and Ryan as much time with Jack as they could have. And so we had, after she told me that, we just started talking about what was important to her. It's a very different birth experience, but you still do get a birth plan. And I wanted it to be as smooth and peaceful and as good as that experience could be. I took personal responsibility to make sure that she got that.
It felt really good to know how much the nurses cared. I could hear Jess breaking up when she was talking about the procedure and what we were about to do, and I could tell that we were loved, and it was very comforting to know that everybody cared about us and cared about Jack.
You have your nurse hat on, and these are the things that I need to be responsible for as her nurse. But there is this element of, but she's also a friend and I love her, and you are emotionally involved.
After my C-section, we came back to this room and we got to spend some time with him, and we had our photographer come in and take some pictures with us and him. And then my sister brought my kids in one at a time so they could meet him.
We took a lot of consideration into where we would place our families that were going to be delivering babies that they could not take home with them. That bereavement process is not only difficult for the families, but also for the nurses that provide care. Therefore, when we are in a very intimate setting with them, taking care of them, we wanted them to have the privacy away from a neighboring patient that may have the cries of a hungry child next to them. In our new unit, we have a bereavement room that's specific to those families to give them that privacy and that ability to grieve with their families and with the staff taking care of them.
I really appreciated the thought that Mary Greeley put into its design. It's down at the end of the hallway, so it's more private, it's more quiet. My family and I were as comfortable as we could be in the situation. We're putting up pictures of Jack on the walls outside of the bereavement suite. I'm very excited about that because I think it's very important for future lost moms to see that their babies are beautiful and that you're not thinking about it in the moment, but your baby deserves to be celebrated as well.
Sometimes photos when you go home are all you have left. And so that is a way that they are able to kind of continue to process through the grieving process, sometimes just a little bit easier. A mom going home not being able to hold her baby is a sort of pain that none of us want to experience. But if we can help provide the opportunity to have photos taken, help care for those babies, dress them, things like that, and then they're able to take something home with them, We think that that's one of the best gifts that we can possibly give, is just holding on to that memory and letting them know that we also never forget here.
It's very important to me that Jack is not forgotten. So I love to talk about him, as hard as it is. I just want everybody to feel comfortable asking me questions. It's for myself personally and for my son, just to keep his memory alive, and I'm just as proud of him as I am of my girls. But I'm also hoping to help others any way that I can. And if it makes another mom feel more comfortable to talk about her child that she lost, or I just really think that these babies deserve to be celebrated and remembered. I am a house supervisor here at Mary Greeley, and I, as the house supervisor, support all of the nursing departments. Coming back to work was complex. It was easy in some ways because a lot of my support system is here, and it was great to see my coworkers and talk about Jack and be proud of him and show his pictures. But it was also very hard. It's just very special to me that even when I'm away from home and away from my kids, that I can come see him, and he's honored here. So being able to have him with me here as well is very special.